Want to keep up with the latest LEGO Maker 96.1 videos? Make sure to subscribe and ring that bell. Hello everyone, LEGO Maker 96.1 here with another video. Well, as you know, this year marked a big milestone for the Thomas community because 40 years ago, when Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends was released to the public. Made overseas in London, Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends has become a staple of everyone's childhood. Now, if you know me and you know my channel, I love trains. I was introduced to trains growing up as a kid, and I was introduced to Thomas growing up as a kid, and today I still watch Thomas. Only the model and the CGI series. All Engines Go doesn't count for me. Never saw the show and never will be a fan of it. Not ever. Now, Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends was adapted from a book series written by the Reverend W. Awdry. Until he was approached by David Mitton and Britt Allcroft, who would adapt the book series into television. It became a big hit in London, and it became a big hit overseas here in America. And then it soon spread all over the world. Now, like I said, as a kid growing up, I loved Thomas. And it was due to this that I went to many train-related sites here in Pennsylvania. And I've been up to Strasburg Railroad, which is the oldest continuing running railroad here in Pennsylvania. Once for a day out with Thomas event, a couple of day trips up there. The other was Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania, where I took the Lehigh Valley Scenic Gorge Railway. I've been to New Hope, Pennsylvania. And yes, if you know me and you know my love for Disney, I've been to Walt Disney World and rolled around the train in the Magic Kingdom. And for me, Thomas is forever a part of my childhood. And I love Thomas. And no matter how old you are, Thomas will still be a part of your childhood. And it will always will be. I've seen a lot of Thomas-related episodes, mainly from the Model series, which was narrated by famous Beatles drummer Ringo Starr, comedian George Carlin, actor Alec Baldwin, Pierce Brosnan, and Michael Brandon, and Michael Angelis, and many other people. And even though the Model series is still hanging strong, CGI really took it up a notch. When they gave the characters their own voice actors, their own lip movement, it's quite impressive. Now, like I said, I've been to many railroad-related sites here in Pennsylvania. Now, like I said, I've been up to Strasburg Railroad numerous times as a kid. And I've also been out to a Day Out with Thomas event years ago when I was a kid. And I love it. Even though I have no memory of my time there as a kid, I've seen photos of it on my family album, and I love it. And you know that Thomas model, that train, that was actually built from an old tank engine that they used was way back in the day. And some of the trains are being preserved and still running to this very day. Something that we picked up from London and overseas. Because train history is important. I mean, I've heard a lot of famous engines, mainly the Flying Scotsman, and of course the Mallard and the Union Pacific Big Boy. Is that big, hunky locomotive with the big driving wheels and the big tender? That's it. And yeah, I'm well familiar that the Flying Scotsman was here in America back in the late 60s, early 70s. If anything, if that train does come back to America for a tour, I would see it hands down. I would love to see that famous engine that made 100 miles per hour over in London. Of course, many people would beg to differ, saying that Scotsman didn't break the record, some other train did, but I don't want to get into a debate on that. Now, my second time was in Jim Thorpe, which is located in Pennsylvania. And I talked about it numerous times when I did the Minecraft DLC for the Haunted Mansion. And I even did 2 videos of the trains passing by and the train looping around to take me back to and my family back to Jim Thorpe. Now, the railway I did take was the Lehigh Valley Scenic Gorge Railway, which of course runs through the Lehigh Gorge State Park. And will I ever go back to Jim Thorpe again? Maybe someday. If anything, I want to check out the Harry Packer Mansion, which was, and yes, it was the same building that was the inspiration for the Haunted Mansion's facade in Orlando, which is located in the Magic Kingdom. If anything, I want to ride. Not only do I want to do the railroad again, I want to do it by train. Not by train, steam engine, because I love steam and steam is awesome. Hashtag steam power. I've been to New Hope, and I have no memory of that as well. I was a kid, and I didn't have anything much to remember, so my apologies in advance. Now, when I was a kid, my parents, including my grandparents, introduced me to Thomas, and I've seen a lot of Thomas related stuff on VHS and even on DVD. And yeah, VHS is this video home system, which you put a black tape in a VHS, and you watch Thomas episodes on there. Yeah, that's what I did back in my day. Back in my day, we had VHS and DVDs. And yeah, I still have some DVDs of Thomas also. And if you've seen my review of Ghost Train, which was Kane fans and fan fiction, which was adapted into a film, I did a full review on that, and I plan to do a re-review of it sometime in the near future. And I plan to do a review of a Thomas-related Halloween episode, and one of my personal favorite Thomas episode, which sometime in the near future. So keep an eye on that. And yeah. So what are you guys' thoughts on the on Thomas so far? Do you love the model series? Do you hate the model series? Do you love Thomas as a whole, including the book series or the model or the CGI series? Please let me know in the comment section down below. Now, I'm not looking for debates. I'm just looking for honest questions and answers. That's all. And that concludes today's video, my friends. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like this, including the many other videos that I have done on my channel, please feel free to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to my channel, and turn on the bell notifications so that way you can be notified when I upload the next video. And as always, this is LEGO Mega 96 1 signing off.